Well, hi, friends. Yeah, Doc South here with you. And, oh, I, well, today I was at work, at the supermarket I work for. And, well, it was my day to do carts again, which is fine. A little hot, but, I had free reign at the water cooler. Yeah. Yeah, my money was no good. So I drank quite a bit of water and I paced myself. I didn't try to push 19 carts at a time or anything. I just kind of just kept a steady pace. And frankly, I don't know. I think I did okay. And, but boy, it sure was hot today. Oh my God. And I got a note to self, get some sunscreen too. Got to get some of that on. But all in all, yeah, it was a trip. And again, I get to talking to people, passing conversations as they're as they're going by. Um, and one guy I saw today was a forest fire warden, or he was with the Forest Fire Service. I don't know if he was a warden or not. I have a feeling he was. And I was saying, we got to talking, and I said, gee, I noticed all of a sudden, like, here it is early August, and I'm getting leaves all over my back deck, like these. And, yeah, leaves. And he said, well, yeah. He says, because have you noticed there hasn't been that much rain? I said, no, I guess I have noticed. We're behind in the rain. And I said, wait a minute, you don't even have to, we don't even have to discuss it. I got the Musconetcong River in my backyard, and it's low. It's down to about 3 or 4 inches deep. He says, well, at least where we live. And he said, well, where do you live? I said, well, kind of west of Hackettstown. And the Musconetcong honestly is right in the backyard. And it's kind of a trickle. You get right down to it compared to what it might normally be. It's a pretty hefty river most of the time. He says, well, there you go. And he says, yeah, we're getting kind of worried in the Forest Fire Service because frankly things are getting just a little too dry, and that's it's pretty scary. So I said, well, let's hope some rain comes and kind of saturates things. He says, well, yeah, we're going to need a good saturation. And he says a number of them, and then things should be okay again. But you got to watch the ground doesn't get too dry. The leaves themselves on the trees. He said it's all the different weeds and stuff have got to stay nice and green and juicy, shall we say? He said, then we should be okay. And you know what I did? I told him after we solved that problem. I told him about that time when I was a forest fire warden out in Pennsylvania, and I we were it was I was a forest fire warden. I should mention because in our town with our fire department because I missed the meeting and they voted me in, and everyone there was at one time or another forest fire warden because they missed the meeting, you know. And so I know we had a call to up on one of the mountains overlooking Forksville. There was a leaf fire, and actually the leaf fire had gone down into the ground. Yeah, it was fallen leaves, and it was the roots were on fire throughout the area, and it was making this thick layer of smoke. It was about 3 foot deep, and just if you were walking around in it, it was like you were wading in fog, only it was smoke, right? And I'm walking like the perimeter of the fire, just trying to see just how big it is, and how many people do we need to fight it, and all that kind of thing. And well, long story short, I've told you this story, I know. I'm walking the perimeter, and again, just kind of inching my way through the smoke, the ground smoke, And I hear someone holler to me, stop right where you are. Don't go another inch. And, and actually it wasn't so much someone hollering. They weren't that far away. And yet, as near as I knew, I was the only one on that particular level of the mountain ridge. And I'm wondering, who the heck's talking to me? I'm looking, and I hear it. You stand still. And I said, well, okay. I'm hollering to the woods, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to. Someone must be messing with me. And I go to walk, and I hear, no, you wait. Here, I'll show you. And words to that effect. And all of a sudden, an updraft comes, and it blows the smoke away right at my feet. And I was on the very edge of a cliff, and a rather large cliff at that. It would have been a very long and painful way down. It would have been the express route. And I'm looking, I thought, oh my God, I almost walked off. And it would have been, I say, 50 to 100 feet drop. Yeah, I don't think I would have enjoyed the trip or the view. And and with that, I guess there must have been a stick or something nearby, and I started feeling my way so I could get back. I'm thinking maybe I'm on a pillar or something on this cliff, and no, each direction would be the wrong way. There was no one around, so I guess it had to be divine intervention. I guess. Why for me back then, I don't know, because frankly, I wasn't necessarily evil incarnate, but I could have been living a better life. I'll tell you that. And the boy, so I think I've done better now, finally. But it was pretty darn scary. I guess I was getting myself a second chance. I told the warden all that, and he says, "Man," he says, "you're lucky." He says, "because you don't, you could have been in a real pickle. If nothing else," he said, you also, if that fire also developed more, he said, you would have been between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, so to speak." He said, "Man, that's a cool story." And he went off, kind of, man, he can't. Yeah, it's like he couldn't wait to tell someone. Yeah, pretty neat. I mean, decent guy. And again, I made it through that particular day, thank heaven. And I think thank heaven might be the right word. But anyway, I thought I'd say Lord's Prayer moment. Oh heck yeah. I should have been saying the Lord's Prayer more often back then, by the way. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Excuse me. Okay. And forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. I'm sorry to have diverted from that prayer, but something kind of gnarly was crawling up my leg. I think I got it, or dipped it out. It was some kind of darn bug looking for adventure. So anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Thank you. God bless. No, the bug didn't bite me, but I think it was thinking about it. Anyway, I'll see you. God bless now. Bye-bye.